Voting has started.
Good afternoon, councillors and staff, and welcome to the March meeting for Murrumbidgee Council. We pay respect to traditional custodians of the lands and waters of the Murrumbidgee local government area and to all Aboriginal elders past, present and emerging. We are committed to honouring the continuing connection that First Australians hold to Murrumbidgee's land, waters and community as one of the oldest living cultures in human history. In the spirit of open, accessible and transparent government and to ensure this meeting is open to the public, this council meeting is being recorded. A recording will also be placed on council's website following the meeting. Those present, any apologies? I'll call for any apologies, please.
Councillor Strawn.
Councillor Strawn, no other apologies. Somebody like to move that the apology be accepted. Move Councillor Kirby, second Councillor Mather. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Thank you. We'll move to the minutes of the ordinary council meeting, the 27th of February 2024. Somebody like to move? Move Councillor Turdwin, secondly Councillor Gilbert. I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. I remind councillors of the pecuniary interest declaration. There are no notices of decision, no notices of motion, and we will move to the mayor's report, which you will have a copy of, hopefully. As I said at the opening of my mayoral report, the year seems to be flying by. We're at the end of March already. Our communities have been very active with much social activity taking place. I refer to the Darlington Point Riverina Outback Rally, and I'd like to congratulate Councillor Gilbert on the amazing job that he and Tammy facilitate. And the information came to me that in excess of 600,000 K has been raised. It's a remarkable result. Well done. Collie Embley embraced the Snedden tractor trek and raised approximately $10,000 for MND research. They also warmly welcomed Was on his MND journey from Tuleen in Victoria to Canberra in his quest to enhance the profile of MND. This is very generous funding, allowing research to be maximised, and this was a great effort also by the generous community of Murrumbidgee hosted a very successful fun fair on the 2nd of March. It was a great day weather-wise. There were around approximately 850 people during the day, enjoyed music, stalls, food offerings, ferret races, which were hugely popular, and lots of activities for the kids. It's a big undertaking, but it was well done to the small but very well organised community. Our swimming pools are still operational, and I encourage you during our Easter break to keep patronising them weather permitting. Council, in collaboration with Rice Growers, facilitated a Women in Rice event in Collie Embley on the 5th of March. This was enabled by Women's Week funding. The day commenced with a farm tour of Maddie and Mitch Dunbar's rice farm. They then returned to the Collie Embley Community Hall where the participants were treated to lunch and entertained and informed by a panel of women involved in the rice sphere. The panel comprised of Denise Kelly, Michelle Broke, Emma Bigamore, Melissa DeWardley and Ainsley Nassner. A wealth of lived experience in the progression of women's involvement in the rice industry provided a very interesting session. The Honourable Susan Lee MP joined us for the sound session and spoke briefly, encouraging all women to challenge the rules and follow their dreams. GAPTAC convened a women's function, Highball Chips and Sticks in Georgia on the 17th of March. 3 very interesting speakers, a collective group of about 80 women listened attentively to addresses targeting health and wellbeing. The keynote speaker was Shana Wan from the Soda in the Country charity. It gave a very warm and insightful talk. During March, the General Manager and I have attended the continuing discussions regarding the redevelopment of the Albury-Wodonga Health Facility. This complex and highly political and parochial regional development is fraught with issues and runs the real risk of not progressing expeditiously as required due to their lack of consensus. On the 21st and 22nd of March, the General Manager and I attended the Country Mayor's meeting in New South Wales in Sydney. We had a full session on youth crime with presentations from the Police Minister, the Deputy Commissioner of New South Wales Police, Shadow Minister for Police, and the Executive Director of the New South Wales Bureau of Crime Statistics. This follows on from the Country Mayor's report on law and order and its further advocacy to bring greater action in this space. We then formed part of a Ramsay delegation that met with Water Minister Rose Jackson. A large amount of the prep work was done prior to this meeting, and our thanks to Leader Shire Council for taking a lead role in this space. The Ramsay Water Subcommittee has ramped up its advocacy as the government stance has become more evident. I encourage you all to enjoy your Easter break, stay safe on the roads, enjoy this beautiful weather and the many recreational events programmed for this time. And below is a list of meetings I attended during the month of March. Are there any questions?
Just on the Murrumbidgee Health Facility, I hadn't heard what was going on there.
They got 575 million, 375. I think the numbers might be off. So about 300, about half and half committed by both Victoria and New South Wales. And it's always been that New South Wales has the properties, Victoria runs the health system over there. So they committed that to the existing site, but there's been lobby groups wanting to have a greenfield site. Could be they weren't really opposed to Wodonga or Albury, but the government has been committed to the one site. The only thing that's really amiss there is their service delivery plan that they've done just seems to have been watered down to what is actually needed. And so the fear is they're not going to meet the needs when it's finally built in 2028 at the end of the day. So we've virtually been there saying, let's get on with it. Let's lobby for the next stage that needs to come on. Because as we know, Wagga was like 5 stages in situ to get that done. And they're still building a car park there now. So, but both things can go. The site, the site that they have at Albury is bigger than the footprint that Wagga's got. All of the things that there's no reason why they can't build up instead of building out, be able to have these facilities. So that's what we tried to play across there. There was a lot of people. So
We sat in there for 5 hours. The Shadow Minister for Health actually said at the 11th hour during that 5-hour thing that this is the answer. This is what's going to happen. It's not going to change. So all of the toing and froing and whatever is just actually holding up getting the project started. And yeah, it's 558 million, and like it's a commitment from both Victoria and New South Wales, and you know, you need to, they have started works. They've started works at the ED and Albury anyway at the moment. So, and it's the clinical services plan that all of the people, the stakeholders that work in the system are concerned about, that we all know that 558 million is a generous amount of money, but it won't cut the mustard for getting the whole project done to cater for us into the future. So they just need a qualification that it will be delivered, and if there's, you know, a shortfall, then that can perhaps be part of stage 3 or stage 4, but they just need to get on with doing what they need to do now. There's a lot of parochialism at play between Albury and Wodonga, which is not helpful. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, would somebody like to move my report, please? Move Councillor Major, secondly Councillor Kirky. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. The General Manager.
thank you, Councillor McRae. I'll just keep you up to date on the farm recycling. We hope to have all of that data collected by early August. Rerun the numbers, get to some sort of understanding of the potential need out there or the want out there, and we'll also be able to. We found in the questionnaires that the commercial side service is hotting up, which is quite good. and that will help with other commercial services that we've got. Sorry, once again, the tender documents for the 4 2-bedrooms and the 2 3 or 4 bedrooms will be finalised in early April and get it to the market. Hopefully, to come back for May. Today, writing this report, council has been kept up to date with the progress of the PPA. They're finalising the ask for a dozen or so local governments taking part in the PPA before going to market. The future movements that I've got there, not much to report. Any council questions? Any questions?
Somebody like to move, please, to Councillor Children, second Councillor Major, and the recommendation will read that the information contained in the General Manager's monthly report be noted. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Thank you. Caitlin.
Second item is the long-term financial plan for 2024, for 2034 for section 33. This is a plan that's required under the integrated planning and reporting framework from New South Wales local government. Basically, it's a 10-year rolling financial plan being forecast as to what the financial position will be, and it's part of all of the suite of documents that we work with the program and operating plan and all of those. This is basically bringing us up to having one that council's adopted, but will be subject to review after the council elected in September. We need to bring on board and refine it for 30 June 2025 again, so there'll be a further opportunity to make any improvements or adjustments as part of that process. But essentially recommending that the draft be endorsed by council and placed in exhibition for 28 days. Submission. We might just need to get that recommendation to be 2023.
Okay, somebody like to move, sorry. Move Councillor Major, seconded Councillor Bryce. Are there any questions of Caitlin, please, regarding long-term financial plan draft? If not, I urge everybody to read it, and you know, we do have it on exhibition for 28 days. If there's anything,
So it's going to exhibition now
yes,
for April meeting.
yes. So if there's anything that pops up or you need further explanation, please contact Caitlin. I'm sure she'd be happy to help you. If there's no further questions, I put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 3, please.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Item 3 is a report seeking council endorsement of a new draft legislative compliance policy. Council does have one of the moment's recommendation. The Audit Office of New South Wales Council prepared a legislative compliance policy that sets out basically council's requirements and obligations under various legislation and approvals to operate. Council endorses the plan, draft plan today, but not probably gets sufficient 28 days before back to council for adoption.
Councillor, you'd like to move, please? Move Councillor Turbin, seconded Councillor Gilbert. Are there any questions of Gary, please, regarding this report? If not, the recommendation will read that 1, the draft legislative compliance policy be endorsed by council and placed on public exhibition for a period of 28 days, seeking public comment. And 2, at the completion of the exhibition period, the draft legislative compliance policy be presented for adoption. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 4, please.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Item 4 is a report that seeks council approval or endorsement to place on public exhibition for 28 days. Groundland plans to manage 2 locations, the Murrumbidgee Museum, as well as a number of parks in Darling, include Adrian Douglas Park, White Street Playground, and the Chance Street playgrounds The draft plan management bill, Darling Point Caravan Parks, it was placed on public exhibition. There was one submission during that period, which is a critical report. The minor comments where the person running in did not know that the some of the land was actually council's parks. Stephen also has included or changed the draft plan of management for the Darling Point Parks that was exhibited due to a minor legislative change that's been brought out that been on a public exhibition, but they don't amend or change the intent or the structure of the plan of management. So seeking the adoption of the plan of management for Darling Point Parks, as well as enforcing draft plan of management for the Darling Point Museum for public exhibition.
Okay. Would somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Major, seconded Councillor Sherwood. And sorry?
I just want to ask a question on, so is it White Street you said, and that's what you showed us in the picture where nobody knew, or even we didn't know. Do you know what was up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So given that they're there and they're vacant, and we're lucky enough at the moment, somebody's looking after it for us, but what's the plan for down the tracks? Going to stay like that ad infinitum, or?
It will still remain an area of public recreation, yes.
Yep.
Any further questions? If not, I'll put the recommendation, which will read: the draft plan of management for areas of cultural significance, the Darlington Point Museum, be placed on exhibition for a minimum of 28 days, with a further 14 days for receipt of public submissions. And 2, the draft plan of management for Darlington Point Parks be adopted subject to a minor legislative change. I'll put the recommendation. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you. Item 5, please.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Item 5 is to report seeks council adoption draft council policy. It was presented to council in October last year, and endorsement was given to go to public exhibition. Because of the timing over Christmas and do changes, which were very minor. The report's now policies being brought back to council now for final adoption. It relates to the operation of council footpaths for commercial purposes such as curbside for dining, placement of goods on the footpath sale during promotions, as well as mobile food vendors during events. Basically sets out or delineates the areas in each of the main streets in Point Poland and Murrumbidgee, where there's permitted sets structure around where the place these tables and chairs can go, as well as goods for sale on the path as well. I also add during the official notification period, we did not receive any formal written submissions. There were some comments which we tried to address. One of the shop owners in Polandly approached council a couple of weeks ago, made some comments. We then requested her to make that in writing, which was yet eventually, obviously might be longer than a couple of weeks, might be about a month ago.
Somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Bryce, seconded Councillor Durkee. Are there any further questions of Gary regarding this report? If not, the recommendation will read: the draft use of council's footpath policy be adopted. With the recommendation, those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. We'll move to item 6, which is the minutes of the Polyandry Australia Day Committee meeting. I'll take them as read. Would somebody like to move? Move Councillor Sherkin, second is Councillor Black. Are there any questions? Councillor Chirpin, would you like to speak to this report?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it, but reading of it, it was pretty much just what we did on the day, the running end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Are there any further questions? Councillor Black?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the ideas for next year. Very interesting that you may be moving it to the sports ground.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't there.
You've got no comment?
No, I didn't know about it until I read this.
Well, I'm not against it either, but
Yeah.
I'm just questioning why they'd want to move. But,
I think that the worry is because the Sixth Side run their thing and it's
in parallel.
then they're trying. I'm gathering that the idea is that they'll try and incorporate it more with the Sixth Side, so it's more inclusive.
Is the Sixth Side start at 8:30 in the morning?
No, it starts at 9.
Right, okay. Okay. Well, I guess we will stay tuned to see
Yep.
how that
Goes in, yeah.
evolves. Yeah.
Well, I think it went off very well this year. Though.
Yeah.
Thing. But there's another comment in there how to shorten it up. So that's interesting. That if they could shorten it up, it'd be good.
So we've got a mover and a seconder. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So somebody like to move that these minutes be noted. Oh no, sorry.
We've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, carry. Thank you. We'll move to item 7, the Murrumbidgee Tidy Towns.
That's me. That was our meeting for March. And we had 2 new members have joined Tidy Town. So that's 3 months in a row where we've had new members, which is terrific. The committee has had its last meeting in the old shed and have, as of April, we'll be starting to meet in the Monash room, which is going to be much more pleasant. Any business coming out of it was really just working bee coming up on the Memorial Garden, really. That's about all.
Did you have a town tidy up with the kids from the school?
We did a clean up Australia Day on the Monday following the event at the Monash Park. Yeah, we did Monash Park.
That's good.
That's it.
Further questions of Councillor Bryce? If not, somebody like to move?
I'll
Move
move.
Councillor Bryce, seconded Councillor Kirby. The Murrumbidgee Tidy Town Committee meeting minutes be noted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. We will move to the officers' reports for noting. Item 8, please.
So this is the monthly investment report, which we produce every month. There's nothing really out of the ordinary to note here. Outperforming the benchmark, all invested in accordance with the regulations and everything like that. So just recommending that the report be noted.
Would you like to move, please? Councillor Major, second Councillor Chirpin. Are there any further questions of Caitlin? If not, the recommendation shall read, Council note the monthly investment reports identifying all money Council has invested under Section 625 of the Local Government Act 1993. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you. Item 9, please, Gary.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Item 9 to report this the development application approved during March under delegated authority and to be noted. And as you can see, we only had the one, which is a fairly big shed for Huddersfield Almonds.
Hey, somebody like to move Councillor Kirby, second Councillor Major. Are there any questions of Gary regarding this, GA?
Just
Councillor Chirpin?
Just wondering whether this large shed, does that mean we can look forward to more happening within our council footprint with the almonds as far as processing goes?
Through you, Madam Mayor, the purpose of the shed is that they, are able to pick the almonds, install them in the shed out of weather, out of waiting until they go through the process of the plant. Previously, they were either stored on the side in the weather or they were picked as needed, had space to go in. So the shed will allow them to store a fair bit of their production.
If no further questions of Gary, the recommendation will read: the information contained in the development application is approved under delegation February 2024 report be noted. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Carried. Thank you. Thank you, councillors. The win. We will also move to